Hi, my name is Caroline Hatcher, and I am applying for the librarian position. I would love to get a chance to talk to you about my 20 years of experience in a diverse number of schools on both sides of the educational spectrum. From Title I to high achieving, I've taught middle school, high school, and currently I'm fortunate enough to be the UNR field-based instructor. At UNR, I am in charge of 3 courses, all of which I think greatly contribute to this position. My first course is Parent-Family Engagement, where we really focus on culturally responsive practices and how to get families engaged in their students' academics. Secondly, I teach secondary pedagogy, and that's all about relationship building. That is about getting practicum students, soon to be teachers, together with the lead teachers and figuring out what all of this education teaching course entails. Then lastly but not least, I teach classroom management, and this is for student interns, where we look at essential, effective research behind good management. So we look at strategies and things that work and things that won't work. In regard to my technology experience, I'm currently completing my library certification, and we have completed a variety of technology practices. We have gone through distance learning. I have implemented video conferencing. I do a lot of practical experience with both Google and Microsoft suites of tools for research. And we've used QR codes for information disseminating as well. For 21st century learning, I believe this is essential. This is the first thing I teach in my pedagogy class. This is all about the elevator levels, and we discuss how the levels work and how important they are and how they go from the first level up throughout. The collaboration requires student consensus, and so we talk about how that works. How do the students come together to complete a product? We talk about project and problem-based learning. I have a lot of experience with PBL in regard to the Buck Institute. And we also talk about skilled communication. These are essentially the best practices in a classroom. For a librarian, I think the use of technology is the key essential component to 21st century learning skills. And this is where it's really important as librarians that we teach the students how to determine credible and reliable sources when they're navigating for research. How do they sift through the information to figure out what they really need and what they may not need? Lastly, I was going to talk about a lesson where one time I did realize things need to be changed. I've had a few of those. This lesson I recall was based on a separate piece, and this was in my 10th grade ELA course. And I realized that I was getting kind of the same responses from my students for the culminating activity. It was an argumentative piece of writing, and I just wasn't unlocking a deeper level of thinking. And both students and myself, we were both bored with responses. And so I did a little bit of research, and I came across something called the Spoon River Anthology, where the author writes about the demise of these characters in this small town. And I used his writing as a model. I used this text looking at his style, and the kids actually wrote eulogies about the characters from the reading. And so here we are with the same objective. It just got to that deeper cognitive meaning. I think both the kids and I was much more interested in the end result with the same sort of outcome. So based on my adaptations to their learning styles and the product, we created writing assignments together. They did that were exponentially better. I think that's about it. All I have the time for. I appreciate your time in watching this video, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.